Joining us now from Madison is James Fetzer, a recent retired professor from the University of Minnesota Duluth who supports Barrett. You know, I'm getting a little tired of Barrett and Ward Churchill and other college professors who hate their country and who bring this hatred onto a campus full of impressionable students. Am I wrong to be offended and angry about that, sir?
Well, you are wrong, Bill, because you haven't studied the case. We've created an organization consisting of experts and scholars, pilots, aeronautical engineers, mechanical engineers, structural engineers, civil engineers, physicists. We've been examining what the government's been telling us, and frankly, Bill, it's a fantasy. None of the major claims made by the government can be sustained. We've been looking at this from every point of view. The government has a story it wants to sell us. We're not buying it.
Okay, you don't have to buy anything. You're American. You want to be a nut, you can be a nut. And you are a nut. Because in order for any conspiracy of this magnitude to take place, thousands of Americans would have to buy into it, would have to know about it, and would have to keep their mouth shut about it. That's never going to happen.
Step into the outside. Take a look around. Have you noticed? Nature is different than it used to be. And not just in your yard, but around the world. Drier summers, fiercer storms, milder winters. The weather seems to be all over the map, and it's been that way for a while now. The Earth's climate is changing.
In November 2009, led brown pelicans to stay in the Chesapeake Bay region this winter, rather than migrate further south like they usually do. When the region got a bitter cold snap in January, the pelicans were stranded and had to be relocated to a temporary indoor location. And it's not just pelicans are acting strange. Without bitter cold temperatures, mountain pine beetles are surviving over winter and causing unprecedented destruction of our forests in Alaska and the West.
And you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to wonder exactly what President George W. Bush knew about the attack, and when he knew it. According to the official White House version, it was at this moment in a Florida classroom that Bush learned the second plane had hit the World Trade Center and that the U.S. was under attack. But here's what George Bush himself said almost 3 months later when asked about September 11th.
I was sitting outside the classroom waiting to go in, and I saw an airplane hit the tower of a TV. You know, the TV was obviously on, and I used to fly myself, and I said, well, there's one terrible pilot. And it said it must have been a horrible accident. But I was whisked off there. I didn't have much time to think about it.
Now wait a minute. George Bush was told about the second plane while he was inside the classroom. So you just heard him describe seeing the first plane crash on television that day. But that's impossible. No one saw the first plane crash on TV on September the 11th because the videotape of it didn't surface until the next day. So how could George Bush have seen what he said he saw?
A Korean immigrant family, the Chungs, who own a Washington, D.C. dry cleaners, have spent the last 2 years fighting a customer, a judge, who say they lost his pants. There have been attempts to settle out of court, the Chungs even offering $12,000 to keep the pantsuit from being pressed, and the judge who sued them lowering his damages to only $54 million.
Troy, that mother talked to us from behind bars tonight. She admits to telling her kids she doesn't want them right now.
And I feel like I'm being a good mom by admitting that I can't take care of you guys right now, even though I love you and even though I want to, right now I just can't.
Struggling with alcoholism, Cristina Muniz says she can't take care of her 3 sons anymore. They're 11, 9, and 7 years old.
I want my kids to have a little puppy and an American dream. I don't want them to like be with their mom on welfare and drinking. Probably right now I'm like bad for society, and you know I'm not like the ideal type mom.
Surprise police arrested her after her 11-year-old son called 911, saying Muniz was threatening to move to California and give them up. When police got there,
she immediately asked CPS if they had anything that she could sign. She would sign it immediately to get rid of the kids, making statements that she needed to have fun.
I don't want to keep my kids if I know that I can't take care of them. That's being selfish.
as social workers were walking out with the kids, the 11-year-old tried to give his mom a hug. Police say that's when she punched him in the stomach.
Rachel Corey, American, killed by an Israeli army bulldozer. Tom Herndl, British, shot through the head by an Israeli army sniper. James Miller, British, shot dead by the Israeli army. If foreigners are dying like this in Gaza, what's happening to the people who live there?
Shoppers to the ground near Grand Rapids, Michigan at 5 in the morning. Despite several people falling to the ground, shoppers charged ahead, fixated on doorbuster deals. A 13-year-old girl helping a pregnant woman get up had to be taken away by ambulance. Another woman who was injured was taken to the hospital.
Does not allow freedom of religion. It discriminates against women, against non-Muslims. There is no equal rights under Sharia. A Muslim head of state can come to power through seizure of power, not through election. A Muslim head of state must be obeyed even if he is unjust. A Muslim woman can be beaten by her husband. There are so many laws that are totally against our Constitution.
Does it go so far as to recommend honor killings in the event that a woman has done something inappropriate, or even public stonings?